Hello and welcome back to Colony with Man of the Antz. So as you can see, we are once again back in Empires of the Undergrowth today, and I thought what we'll do, as we have kind of touched on all of the beta goods, we will do another free play attempt. We'll do a bit more of a prolonged free play is the idea. As you're all probably aware, I'm about to have a baby, so I don't know exactly how long I've got till that happens. So my plan is I'll do this free play map, and we'll do that up until I have the baby. By the time I have that and I take a break to look after my new baby, to figure out how to look after a human life, which is a terrifying thought, by the time I've got that sorted and I'm back into recording, I'm thinking that the beta will have launched into the full release, and once the full release is in, we can then go back to continuing our run of trying to do the other challenge modes on hard and insane, and trying to do the extra maps, the aggrandize and everything on the harder difficulties as well, and the babysitting on insane, which I'm hoping, someone said in the comments, oh, I can't wait to see you do this on insane, and I'm really hoping that they rebalance it, because I think it'll be really hard to do on insane. I think it'll be a lot to do with timing and trying to just learn the patterns of the other colony, maybe literally have a stopwatch going so you know exactly what they're going to do. But anyway, I digress. So as I said, free play today. Someone in the comments did suggest doing a free play, but with the Gene Thief colony. But I think doing the leaf cutter is a bit more interesting, particularly because they have changed the way the leaf cutting works in free play now. So now the leaves do regenerate over time, which they didn't before apparently. So it should make it a little easier to actually get somewhere. So this is what I've set up. Leaf cutters with the taunts. I've got all of the enemies on, all of these things on. I've turned the fog of war on as well. I think that makes it kind of interesting, not knowing what you're doing. I'll put the difficulty on hard, so it may be quite a short free play. We'll see how it goes. On the new map, because that is geared around the leaf cutters. Turned on the periodic flooding. The difficulty I think I've left, I've just put it on ramp, because I have also set, normally we do ramp with spikes, because then I think that the spikes would be enough to kind of give you an end condition at some point when there's just too much to handle. But what I've done is I've left it on ramp, and I've put on a victory condition, which isn't something I don't think we've touched on in free play before. So there are a number of them. Biomass is the amount of ants you have. Domination is points for defeating enemy. Survival is the amount of time you survive. Score is just a general score for doing all things, defeating enemies, harvesting resources, and constructing tiles. Hunter was, I think, survive waves. Oh no, kill a number of uber creatures, sorry. And then besieged was survive a number of waves. So you actually have to have the waves, attack waves option on there. But we're going to do the score one. I've bumped it. It starts off way down here, the score. So it must be at like 10,000, I think, to start. It must be right at the bottom. Yeah, maybe it's a fraction. So I thought we'd bump that up to 25,000. Or as close as we can get on this this sliding scale. Can we get any closer? Oh, bang on. Look at that. Oh, bang on's a bit harsh. Very close. What is it? We're going to ruin it and go... What does it go up to? Goes up to 60, so maybe we'll do 30. If it goes to 60, it's weird that the scale goes like it's not a linear scale. I suppose it starts at 10 though, so actually no, it probably is, isn't it? Yeah, no, it actually is, because it starts at 10. So we'll do 30,007 victory point threshold on hard difficulty on the embankment with the leaf cutters. Color, what color are we going to do? They're leaf cutters, right? So let's make them green so they match in with the leaves. That makes sense. Let's go. Give the colony a name. Of course. Of course. I'm going to call them the Greenies. Or the Greeny Leafies. Yeah, the Greeny Leafies. Do it. All right then. So it does seem to change your starting position. It seems to randomize out. I've had the two top positions before. We'll see if we get one of the bottom positions to mix it up a little bit. And as I said, the plan, depending on if the hard difficulty completely destroys us immediately, the plan is to continue this free play on, unless they add anything else to the beta in the meantime, to continue this on until something happens with the impending baby.
Has raised her first
so that's kind of interesting. So I think this is going to be the top left position on the map, because this is the one we had before, and we had a bit of discussion about whether we would go straight up here or make it a bit more awkward a shape. But the problem with that, of course, is that then your ants can't get to the front of the nest very easily. And if the food store is going to be here and they need to go through, and the minims, more importantly, these little minims around here, they need to get through. Oh, in the bottom left, so it's actually a different location. Different location. Just the... So that food's going to be useless to us. In fact, no, let's not. Let's think about this. We're going to have that there. Let's put our waste store Because if we extend our food down, let's have our waste store up here. Shouldn't take too much time with this. Yeah, let's have our waste store up there so it's close to that. So they have to go through the waste store and then they have to go through and grab a leaf on the way to doing other stuff. So if we put something there, it can extend to 19. So we'll do that. We'll start that off there. We've got a couple of those down. We'll extend that up there, I think, in the short term. Immediately outside there are some enemies straight away. Going to put the marker down there, even though we're not going to put anything there in that group quite yet, because we're going to build a few ants. We'll put down one waste store as well. But until the eggs are down, and they're all coming in now, look, until the eggs are down, there's no point in changing anything over. So that's the 4 eggs coming in. So we'll send the 7 group outside to start harvesting. So we're right next to a rival ant colony, like right next to a rival ant colony. And there's a big plant up there, which is quite nice for us as well, isn't it? All right then, so let's settle in. Let's skid my chair forward a bit. So same general tactic, we're going to have the leaf store right in front of the nest. The little minims could come and grab some leaf. There we go, brilliant. Yeah, leaf store right in front of the nest. Or the nest entrance, I should say, so that the workers just have to come in and drop it straight away. So this is something someone mentioned on the last video to do with the babysitter. So they said if you have your leaf store right next to your waste store, they'll drop stuff off in the waste store, and then as the minims come past, they'll grab food and take it to where it needs to go. So we've tried previously in other maps to try and get like a circular route going, having everything in a sort of position where they can get to the leaf, take it to here, grab some waste, and then sort of take it in a circular route like this. But I like the idea of having it so they're sort of forced to go through the food. I think that kind of works quite nicely. Well, it might work quite nicely. We'll find out, shall we? So let's think about where we can put another. That extends there. No, it's not going to go there. So maybe there. Yeah, if we put it there, what we can do then, I was thinking, is we can extend both of those to 19 and also create a route straight through so the minions can go to the waste store. And if we cut through there for this one as well, then they won't cut through the waste store to access the outside of the nest. So we'll extend this. We'll go for 19 workers straight away. I think that's sensible. We'll leave all of this for leaf production. We should probably get some more waste store in place. Let's in fact just do that. Get a whole bunch of it done. We'll get rid of that. That food is obviously entirely useless to us. And what we want to start thinking about is making a path around and making sure that we've got a path around. To build stuff off rather than being in a position where everything has to go through the other nest to get anywhere. So these two I think will be okay, because they sort of open up there anyway. What I might do actually is I might open this one over. If I do that, and I can go there, maybe, yeah, that'll work. Just so anything that leaves here can get out very quickly then. So let's get a couple of extra workers built. So he's been poisoned. Did the waste poisoning always make them slow? It's more of a forward fly thing, usually. But okay. So we now have more ants in the new worker group than the nursery group, so we shall move those over to the foraging group. And we shall continue extending these as we go. It's like there's a little poison. I know that obviously they have waste that generates here, but it's like that waste is kind of, it's disappeared now, yeah. Don't remember it looking quite as dark and gloomy, the waste in the nest areas before. Maybe I'm unobservant, or maybe that has been added in. What is it that keeps appearing down here? Oh, it's a trapjaw ant. Try and avoid those, shall we? See, we need to get a score of 30. We're already up to 3,500, so we're not actually doing too bad. I thought putting it on hard would maybe make it, you know, relatively challenging. But maybe 30,000 won't be as bad as we thought. Saying that, at some point we're going to get attacked and absolutely destroyed by something, and that's where we're going to struggle, I guess, isn't it? We've almost got our first 19, though, so let's get this built. We'll do that, and we'll do that as well. And get ready to put down some lovely little medias. Just opened all of this up so the minims can get through. We'll put speed tiles on everything that we can as well to make it all a little bit faster. And these are 80 food? Yes, 80 food. Oh, but of course I haven't actually finished these last two here yet. So we'll finish those off first, and then we need 80 food. Okay, so there, we could put speed tiles down here, but nothing really apart from the minims. Do the speed tiles speed up the minims, I wonder? There's an interesting question. We are going to need to speed tile... What kind of speed tile that? Not on the speed tile. Speed tile there, speed tile there, speed tile there. That's going to have to happen, so we'll get those down straight away. So we're starting to use up this leaf supply over here now. In fact, there's a few of them just loafing around for no reason. That's why those enemy ants are going up there, for that fish. So we'll get a few of them working on that, and then we'll head towards that big plant over there. We've got enough to get our first media, so we'll do that straight away. Let's dig out this path up here. And I will join that up to the waste as well, because it probably will be needed when we put something else around. And then we'll think about where we're going to put... If we do that, yeah, we can fit them in there. So we'll do that, and we'll connect that up to that path. We won't worry about breaking through there because they'll have this route here to get. And we could speed tile all of that, of course, because we'll never be building anything in that. Oh, we need to put those in the group. Oh, that's the first proper little bit of colour. I know they've got colour on, but you don't really see it on the workers so much, do you? Miners? Well, workers, but I think they'd be miners and minims. I don't know. Either or. There's another fish up there, so we are largely... And there's another big plant there, which is lovely. Already got another 110 food. Let's extend this out. Ready to go. Ooh, nope. Ready to go to get all of that, all 19 of those built. That will be our first major group down there. How are we doing for our leaf store? Is doing okay because the minims are taking the food out quite quickly. So what we have broken here is the minims guaranteed route down through the leaf store. They might cut back through here like this one is, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just gives them options, right? Just gives them options. So we can actually get the speed tiles done on the edge of this. I don't think we need another one there. I'm not too sure, actually. We'll leave it for the moment. Do we have enough food? Oh, yeah, I do have enough food to do another one of these. So how is this plant doing over here? 223. So we're still a little bit slow at gathering leaf. As our medias, and when we start getting majors as well start coming in, they will start really ramping that up. I don't know if that's a little close to the waste door. I'm hoping that they will definitely use this route to go out, so they will never go up there. That's the plan. That's the plan. Hopefully it works out that way. We'll have to extend the waste store up this route. Not much point in. I suppose we could do that as well, couldn't we? Yeah, okay, let's do that as well. No reason why we can't have more over there. In fact, I won't do... No, let's yeah, let's do that one. Let's do that one. And we'll get some more waste and try and get some waste upgraded. Because as we've mentioned before, it is important to get waste upgraded. To get the time that it takes for the waste to disappear faster. But as I've mentioned, as people pointed out in the last video, it is also important to try and have a relatively sensible route within your nest. To get the waste removed quickly as well. See, it's a little closer than I'd normally have it to the waste. It's essentially going to be one tile between here and there. Just got to hope that the ants that hatch here do go down this way. It is a little risky, though. I will concede, not concur, because no one else is saying it. I will concur that it's a little risky. So this is actually regenerating now. So that's working on like a timer then. Every now and then that plant just regenerates food. And this is regenerating as well. So as they're going through there, so obviously this will get less efficient the more ants we have, but that's very interesting. I thought it'd be like you'll have the whole plant and then they'll randomly spawn elsewhere. Not the plants that are already there will regenerate. Interesting. So controlling any nearby resources then for the leaf cutters is going to be very important. Very important. I wonder if they will look, as they is in Slug Disco, I wonder if they will look at any point into... We'll have to increase our food stores, it's hovering a little close. Into increasing, or into adding challenge modes into Freeplay. So you can add the forward flies in and that such thing. I want to just watch the ant which hatches out of here. So I'm very much hoping that the ant that hatches out of here takes this route out of the nest. If he doesn't, I might have to open this one up to give him a more direct route. Oh, there's a wave coming, is there? I might bring everyone inside for the wave. Didn't know I'd get waves. Maybe that's part of the victory. We're already halfway there. We'll actually probably do this. Either do this or fail. Yeah, they're going that way. That's not ideal. So I'm going to dig that out and hope they take that route instead, because it'll actually be a bit quicker. Again, it's going to be a little closer to the waste store than I would like, but hopefully they won't go down there. Oh, the next wave's coming in 30 seconds, in fact, so I probably brought them in quite early, but that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, they are wandering around into there, aren't they? At least one of them just got poisoned by running in there, so it's not an ideal setup. I definitely shouldn't have done this bit here. Should have extended it up there. Should have gone with my gut instinct, but I didn't. That's my fault. I take full responsibility for that. But with a relatively, what looks like it'll be a relatively easy target, we're not going to struggle too much. Well, we say that. We don't know what this wave's going to do. We do have some food in stock to try and deal with anything. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Would have been nice to have some mages to deal with this as well, but you know. What have we got? We've got 11 medias, and they're just here as well. So they haven't got to go far to take care of them, which is going to be the problem with the mages down here. They do have a bit of a longer walk, but that's the way that cookie has crumbled. So that's that wave dealt with. So in fact, I'm going to send them straight up here to this one here. And they're going to start getting involved with these ants over here as well, unfortunately. That's a bit of a pain. If only the nest was rotated slightly more to the side, they wouldn't do that. I'm not sure there's much we can really do about it. We can try and find another food source over here, perhaps? We'll just see how it goes, man, because that's already eaten up another 30 or 40 of our food. Yeah, they're all coming out of that entrance, and they're all going to fight every time. Okay, because there's another fish over there, so if there are ants coming up here to get to this fish, we're going to have the same problem in the other direction. Yeah, and these are all getting caught because of these ants over here. So our food so far is not going up. Yeah, see, the ants are going down this. So we're going to have the same problem either route we take, unfortunately. If I do that, perhaps? If I do that, will they still go? Yeah, that kind of works. So it still tells... Oh, no, it doesn't. I was going to say, it still tells them to leave this entrance, but it doesn't. It doesn't. They still go out the entrance over here. Our food is starting to tick up now, though, so we can actually start... In fact, I might get our first major in, you know. I might not worry about getting the full 19 of that. I might get the first major in. Because bearing in mind, we now know we're going to be getting waves involved as well. I think that'll probably be quite... See, look at this. This has already generated another 100 food. 200 food. It is now night time, so it looks like the other ants have disappeared, which is why I think the fighting has stopped for the moment. Let's increase the leaf store. We don't need it at the moment, but we are going to need it, and leaf stores are very important. Food stores in general, I suppose, are very important. I'm just going to put another speed tile there, just so it makes it look a bit neater. So that's going to give us a bit more growth for our food, and we should have a bit more food coming in now that the fighting stopped, and that we've got our first major as well. Of course, we are going to have to deal with... Oh no, the ants are still coming. I thought they would stop at night, but they've not. They've not stopped at all. Okay. Let's get another major down. So I can't quite see 300. So I tried to put it a bit more to the side in the hope that they will take a different route out of the nest, but no, they're still coming up here, even though it's way over this side. You'd hope they'd come out of there, but no. If I move it much further, they're not actually going to go up there. But they're all getting caught. What a frustrating little ant colony you are. And there's a spider arrived just down there. So what we should definitely do is add the ones to a group that doesn't attack. The twos, sorry, to a group that doesn't attack. So at least the workers won't bother getting involved in this fight. So at least there'll still be somebody generating food. And yeah, we're up to... oh, lovely. Look at that. That's exactly what you want to see. Yeah, see, they're actually not close enough to get that food source now. But I will move them to that plant there, because it actually has more food than that one now. We should take them out of that entrance, which means they will no longer be getting automatically involved in fights over there. We also have this big plant here, so we do know there are ants that go back and forth, but maybe it won't be as disastrous. We were already up to 24,000. 30,000 was definitely a little short. I thought going halfway on hard would give us a bit of a challenge, but it really hasn't. It must just mean I am so good at the game. That's what it must mean, right? 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 Yeah. So we've got another wave coming in 40 seconds. We're going to have 3 majors and 11 medias. So it's actually the same amount of medias, but more majors this time. So we'll let them carry on harvesting some leaf here. We probably won't build anything else because we're not going to want to keep the numbers there. So we now have too many ants to actually harvest a single plant at once, look. All these ants are hanging around because there are too many ants already harvesting leaf off of it. But the next wave is coming in 20 seconds, so let's start pulling everyone back. Everyone back, including the twos. In fact, I'll bring the twos back. No, I will leave the twos there. I will leave them involved in the fight, actually. I will turn their attack on. So what will the next wave be, is the question. Will it be more ants, which is maybe why they're all running back? Or will they chuck something else at us? It's more ants. Different kinds of ants, though, I think, isn't it? That's a lot of ants, actually. We definitely do not have that amount of ants. We have to hope that the majors make a pretty substantial difference here. And that their taunt really... Oh, they are... oh, that's a problem. They are destroying our ants. Those rapid fires are absolutely destroying. We are working through... They are quite weak, so we are working through them, but they destroyed everything at least once, I think. That was nasty. That was nasty. So I think I'm going to send everyone over here now. We're going to turn off the attack of the twos again, because we are going to get involved in fights over here. Oh, hello. He just got into our nest. Yeah, he did. Everyone back downstairs immediately, because this just happened. A lot of them did already start going over there, annoyingly. And another one. Is this part of the wave, or is this just the hard difficulty, not wave related? Right, everyone come down and fight, because, I mean, it is kicking off now. The problem we have here is that because he's blocking this nest, the workers won't get over to put any eggs down. So that thing's dead. Did they kill the queen? I must have hit the. I hit the score already. I already hit the score. Okay.
Rightful place as the ultimate power in this.
With a whip spider in the nest, we have completed a hard free play attempt. So I think the victory conditions probably need a little bit of balancing. Because I mean, it is 25 minutes, which isn't a short amount of time, but for an Empires of the Undergrowth at that level, that is a fairly short amount of time. So it means that the full 60,000 probably would be about, and I suppose that probably does make sense. They do want the full 60,000 to be more stuff coming in, look. Yeah, so I think if it wasn't for the score hitting the victory condition, I think at this point, if we just let it run, I think we'd be dead. We've got a constant stream of enemies, including spiny crickets, which have a name someone else pointed out at some point. The workers are going to be going over to try and lay eggs, put the eggs over in the media nest over here, and dying immediately. We just hit play more, because I mean, it has gone a little bit crazy. Look at the legs that are involved over here. Look at the legs. And there is a lot to take in there. So he killed, I never remember the name of these squirting bugs, but there's another live one there. We have a dead, oh, is it Harvestman? I don't know. We have a dead long-legged spider, which isn't a daddy long legs, because they're not technically a spider. We have a live one. We have a spiny cricket, which does have a different name, but I've forgotten what it is. And just over here, we have a medium, a young adult, a teenage whip spider. They're not the juvenile ones, are they? But they are also not fully grown. So he's almost dead. So I might try moving everyone over there, because I'm hoping he will take care. Oh no, in fact, everyone's taking care of all that stuff. And another one's come in. I mean, it's getting crazy up in here. We are out of food. We've got a little leaf in store, but I suspect the minims are struggling to get to the leaf. So he is finally dead. There are a couple of enemies over here. I'm just going to keep this running just for a moment, just to see how ridiculous this gets. There's another one, another beetle's just come down. There's another spiny cricket just outside. There's a, well, that's that dude running around like a clown. Two of these beetles have come down.
The colony is starving.
We are starving. There's a little leaf in store still, but that one's slowly making its way towards the queen. Where are you guys going? That's a very weird route you just took. And why did you... They don't often abandon a fight. They usually do carry on with the fight regardless. He's going straight for the queen.
The ants.
Everyone needs to go down there like now. Kill this thing, get down there. So we have a little bit of leaf in stock still. So we do need the minims to go and deal with that. They seem to be very confused at the moment. Just running around, look. So that cricket's been taken care of. What's this arriving now? 3 more crickets. This isn't even the waves. This is just the hard mode. Yeah, we would not survive this night if we set the score threshold anything different.
Danger.
We have 11 food back in stock still. We have 4 spiny crickets down here in 3 different sizes. I mean, that just went crazy out of nowhere. That's where hard difficulty comes into it. That's crazy.
The queen has fallen.
And another beetle. Another beetle's coming as well for the fun of it. And he's going to fight the spider, fight the crickets. And another one's come in. It is, the nighttime is brutal in this. I don't know whether that's the score mode or if it's the hard difficulty, but the nighttime is brutal. Another couple of enemies have come in there as well, look. I mean, and another one. Ah! Honestly, that's insane. And there's a juvenile whip spider as well that they killed. That is crazy. The minims are freaking out. They're just like, this one's carrying a bit of waste around, going, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, everything's dead. I do love these cocoons. I love them. And they look so good. And another, oh, was that just the dead body fading? Don't think that was a new one. Well, more enemies coming in. I mean, yeah, we would really have struggled. I think we timed that score quite well, actually. Ended up with 35,000 for that. Huh, crazy. Crazy. Well, assuming I don't have a baby in the next week or so, which, you know, it's really getting close now, so it's going to happen at some point. Assuming I don't have a baby, I do want to do a free play map to see us through. So some suggestions in the comments maybe of what you want to see there. Because I don't know whether it's the hard, difficult, what does it say? Including difficulty rate of change, starting time without attacks, wave sizes and difficulty increases you approach a victory condition. But it wasn't waves that were coming, it was just night. So I don't know what it was that caused that to happen. Interesting though, interesting. So let me know a selection of settings you would like to see, or if you'd like to stick with the leaf cutters. I think it'd be nice to do the leaf cutters, because it'd be nice to have an established leaf cutter colony on the embankment. I don't know if you get leaves on the other, or you must do if you pick the leaf cutter colony. So maybe we want to see leaf cutters on a different map. But yeah, let me know the victory condition and the threshold you'd like to see, difficulties, all that sort of thing. As always, I hope you've enjoyed this. It's a little shorter than normal, but that's not a bad thing, I suppose, is it? You know, short but sweet. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, do click the like button. That's hugely appreciated. Comment, subscribe, all those good things. Oh, Hungry Spider's around. I don't know how long it's going to last, but if you do want to play Hungry Spider, you can do it at the moment without having to change your system date. In case you're not aware, Hungry Spider only appears when around the time there's a full moon. But if you change your system clock to whenever there's a full moon, or just change it a couple of days at a time till it arrives, you can make the web appear outside of its normal allocated window. So, maybe you want to see more Hungry Spider. Still haven't done it. There's only one person, I believe, on YouTube that has done it. Or if there's, it might even be no people, I don't know. But I'm sure there is at least one person that's done it. It is not easy. But maybe you want to see me struggle at that again. Who knows? Let me know down in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. Streaming on Wednesdays, but with the obvious caveat that maybe I'll have a baby. You never know. But if I'm around on Wednesday, it'd be wonderful to see you there. Otherwise, I will see you next time in Empires of the Undergrowth. And as always, just a massive, massive thank you for joining me.